We had a client who had been in a long-term relationship with the father of her children. It was very, very abusive for many, many years. We were able to assist her in getting an order against him. We were able to assist her in serving him and explaining to her what her rights are under the law and how she can take further criminal action if he violated that order. The grant has been essential because it helped us launch in the Domestic Violence Intake Center in Northwest. It also helps us provide legal services to many more non-English speakers, which is what we get in the Northwest. And having this funding helps us to provide that legal assistance 4 days a week and be there when they need us most.
Being able to go to court and get a protection order empowers women. It's part of breaking that cycle of violence. So when she loses on the trial court level, she feels totally disempowered. What DV Leap does is comes in, represents the women on appeal, becomes their partner in saying, you weren't treated fairly by the trial court, we're going to appeal that ruling, we're going to be by your side, and we're going to be there with you. The grant will help us in reaching more victims of domestic violence, and every dollar that's donated, we'll be able to leverage that through the army of pro bono attorneys we use to reach more victims.
So our clients at the Amara Legal Center are people that have been harmed through commercial sex, and oftentimes these are individuals who are survivors of sex trafficking. Oftentimes our clients have had an unstable living situation. They have children in common with their pimp, or otherwise known as their trafficker, and they've actually lost those children. So we help with custody arrangements, things like paternity and child support as well. With this additional funding, we will be able to serve more clients than we have before. Right now, we're a primarily volunteer-run organization, and this will allow Amara to start moving into an organization that has funded staff members.
Legal Counsel for the Elderly has a Schedule H project where we assist low-income seniors with applying for a property tax credit that can be up to $1,000 per year. It helps seniors to stay in their homes. If they're renters, it helps to defray the costs of their rent, and if they're homeowners, it helps them pay for their property taxes. We have so many clients that need this help that we have reached out to local area law firms to assist us. There are too many for us to do just in our offices, and so we have started holding clinics at area law firms and have held 3 already, but they require a fair amount of legwork to do the scheduling and the screening and the follow-up, and so the grant will enable us to have the resources to work with local area law firms and assist many more clients than we would be able to do just on our own.
The DC Volunteer Lawyers Project is unique in that we support volunteer attorneys to deliver pro bono legal services. We provide services to domestic violence survivors, we help them get civil protection orders, and we also represent them in divorce and custody cases. And we also represent children as guardian ad litems in disputed custody cases. Funding from the WBAF has helped us represent more clients than ever before. Last year, we were able to represent 10% more clients, more survivors of domestic violence in civil protection order, divorce, and custody cases than the year before. And with the funding this year, we hope to represent even more next year.
Redford, the city's mission is to provide vulnerable residents of the District of Columbia with comprehensive services, including food, clothing, medical, social, and legal services, all in an atmosphere of dignity and respect. The clinic increases Redford, the city's capacity to address the legal needs of survivors of domestic violence. Before the existence of this particular project, we only had part of one attorney. So now we've increased that capacity by 2 attorneys over the last 3 years. The organization really aims to address the effects of poverty and eliminate the causes of poverty for our clients, and doing that in partnership with funders and volunteers and the community we serve. So an essential piece of that for domestic violence survivors is addressing their legal needs so that they can establish safe, independent lives.
Break the Cycle is a national nonprofit. Our mission is to support young people to build healthy relationships and create a culture without abuse. Dating violence is super prevalent. It's really common. It's everywhere, but no one seems to really recognize it or be able to identify it when they see it. With the continued support of the Women's Bar Association Foundation, we will continue to be able to support young women in civil protection order cases, criminal cases, as well as family law cases. Anything that they are dealing with in addition to their legal case, we're there to help point them in the right direction.